So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Amesie's Corner. How the hell are you this morning? So it's quiet in here. It's Sunday. I figured I'd come in and get a couple of jobs done. I got this Jeep Grand Cherokee here with got a frozen brake caliper. I mean that should spin, but that seized right up. You can also tell, see how the metal gets that blue into it. A little extra rusty. So this thing's getting pads, rotors, and a caliper. I'm also doing a radiator to it, but I got that at that point there. I need another hand to reach down and move some stuff out of the way. It's Sunday. I don't have anybody here. I got fed up, and I'm going to leave that till tomorrow. But I get those brakes done on this thing. These Cherokees, these Chrysler products, man, they're just something about them I don't really care for. I got this thing here I've been working on all week. I wanted to make a video of this Jeep. The guy came in for an inspection sticker, and being an old CJ, I remember these when I was young. The frames, there's two weak points in the frame. One right about there where the spring shackle, the front spring mounts, and then the other one, the steering box mounts just behind it. There's like a sway bar mount, and the frame's always cracked there. Well, this guy came in complaining that his steering wheel wasn't straight going down the street. It felt really loose. And you know, used to build mud trucks. I used to do a lot of wheeling, and you know, I knew right what that was. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that know these Jeeps know that. So yeah, it's the Jeep's kind of rough around the edges. You know, the body's gone. It runs good. It goes well. He's got some nice new rubber on it. So it also had, you know, a blown radiator, which we got one radiator. The core was too fat, would hit the fan clutch, and now we're trying to get another radiator, and it just keeps getting pushed off. But I did a kind of a simple repair to the frame. You know, I welded a plate that goes a U's around it, welded the cracks and put the plate on, and welded the plate, then made a rectangular washer to spread the load on that. I think that'll be all right for a while, for a good long time. Some people like to box them in. Some people like to cut the frames and whatnot. You know, yeah, that old straight 6. What is that? 4.7, I believe. 4.2. I think that's a 4.2. Yeah. Neat truck, neat Jeep. They just don't make them like this anymore. I guess that's kind of a decent thing, right? Well, yeah. So I figured I'd also, while I'm here this morning, maybe do taking an honest look at the Saab Sonett. Now we took an honest look at the 9000 to see what it needed and if it was worth me keeping and putting money into it. But you know, this car right here really stepped to the task and filled in and got me around. It's turned out to be really reliable. I mean, I thought this thing would have had to have been brought in on the hook a dozen times by now, but it just keeps going and going and going. It always starts right up. It always does everything it's supposed to do. You know, the doors close, the brakes stop, the windshield wipers work. Probably the only thing that never likes to work, and I can tell because when I take a right-hand corner, people behind me don't know what to do, is I can't keep that damn right blinker going for nothing. Let's take a quick look here. Let me turn. You like my blinker switch, because I can't find a factory original switch for it. So the blinker's on, no blinky. You can see the front blinker blinking. You know, that's probably the worst thing, is just that one light. Now watch, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to wiggle. Where is it? This wire. Let me get on it. And we got blinky blinky. Now I've sandblasted the terminals. I've cleaned the terminals. I've done everything short of... Come on. Why don't get focus? I've done everything short of solder a wire to the, you know, solder the bulb in, which is kind of going to be my next step. I'm just going to solder that damn thing in because it works great now. I mean, I can hit it. It'll stay working. As soon as, you know, I drive, forget about it. So that's one thing. The other thing is it getting colder out. One of the things I tell people about this car when I got it was that it was so rotted out. The floors were so rotted out that they rotted the dashboard out. Now, let me just make sure I got it latched out. I don't move the arms. Now, that's not an exaggeration when I say, well, let me find a way to light and show you this. When I say it rotted out so bad that it rotted underneath the dashboard out, I mean it. There's the heater core, and the dashboard, that's the heat box, all just rotting away. What's interesting is it looks like, come on, it looks like this car might have had AC in it at one time. That's an air conditioning line. I don't know if I can see it. I don't know if I can show it to you. There's an expansion valve right there. I think that's that right there is an expansion valve. I did not know these cars came with air conditioning. But yeah, the floors rotted out so bad that it rotted the heater box out. So the heater core gets hot, and there's this scoop out here. Come on, this scoop right here gets pressurized, and it blows air through the heater core, and it makes it warm. There's a heat valve over here. I tried to hook up earlier. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it. Where is it? Well, they're right there. You see that black screw? That's the heat control valve, which works, but I can't get the cable to go to it. I don't know if it's the wrong cable someone put in, but you know, I tried to get all of this stuff here working, but you know, there just isn't much really in the line of a heater box left to work with. I was thinking on maybe making one out of like a canvas bag, using like a canvas sack. Which, interestingly enough, my old ultralight airplane, I used to have something called the Hi-Max airplane, and the heater on that plane was kind of like a canvas bag that would wrap around one of the cylinder heads or the back of the cylinder heads, and that canvas bag would funnel the heat from the Rotax engine into the cabin. So I was thinking on doing something with a canvas bag. Under here, I mean, the engine's been going good, really. The carburetor, these Ford carburetors have, I don't know what they would call it, a bi-starter or a choke enrichener circuit. It's a real simple carburetor, a lot like a lawnmower carburetor, you know, not much more complex. And there's a jet. There's this thing in the bowl. So you got a bowl. And there's a jet that goes down that has a little jet on the bottom of a little stand. Well, imagine that if off the side where my thumb is was a hole and a valve that would open up to like add more fuel past the jet. But that never really seats quite right. I've been thinking about taking the carb off and eliminating that, but you know, I don't really want it to do too much. The whole thing with this car is just I've done the bare minimum to keep it going. You know, I don't really want to do a whole lot and change a bunch of stuff and all that. I kind of want to keep it as a, you know, just enough to get it to get a sticker, just enough to be safe to drive on the road. And so anyway, let's get this thing up. Take a look. Oh yeah, we got old Red. Still says it's almost on E, but there's a couple good squirts in that. There's a couple good squirts. We'll close that so it doesn't slam when I lift it. You know, all the glass works. The windows roll up and down. I've never actually tried to lock the doors or anything. So I don't know if the door locks work or not. I'm sure they do. I mean, everything seems to work. Boy, this middle lift is an awful slow lift, huh? Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's like watching paint lift. And that's the end of that. Yeah, so, boy, I wish this thing would auto. Oh, do this light thing auto. So, yeah, these little mufflers are, they're getting ripped apart. I've splooged a little muffler splooge on it now and again. Looks like I should probably re-splooge it. I'm going to be putting, I know I've talked about it ever since I got this car put back together. I'm going to be running the exhaust out of these. Those are just some metal tape I painted. But I'm going to have the tips, nice chrome tips coming out of those. And I'm going to tuck some nice Flowmaster mufflers. Bear with me here, this freaking camera. I'm going to tuck some nice Flowmaster mufflers up, you know, some S-pipes that come up and put them up nice and tight. But I just don't have the money for the mufflers right now. You know, brakes work, brakes are all good, parking brake holds. A little crusty in spots, you know, there's some stuff I didn't patch up. I just treated everything. You know, she's still a little rusty. You can see patch on top of patch on top of patch. It's things like, you know, patchwork Sonett, but it works. It holds together. Those floors tin can a little, but you know, oil can go boingy boingy. That noise that like a saw or something makes. And everything seems pretty good. I got this drain plug for the transmission. Whoever put that in last, I don't know why they needed to put it in so darn tight, but I tried to remove it in the spring and it just blew apart. And then I tried to weld the nut onto it, and then that just broke it apart. And I just said, "Oh, I'm better off leaving it." Looks like it's leaking a little, weeping a little. That's all right. Ball joints are all tight. Brakes are all good. Looks like we got a little grease leaking from the CV, but that's all right. That keeps everything else lubricated. So all in all, Sonett's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. You like that bashed up oil pan there? That's cute. So yeah, really, I don't just take care of the exhaust, figure out the heat. These I don't know if this shows up. Let me make this show up. These tires are pretty rough. I don't know if you guys can see the cracking going on, but they are pretty cracked up. The date code, where's the VIN code? Right there, puts these tires, I want to say at like 90, 92, 93. These tires were put on this car. It's a long time for tires. But they're Michelin's. They'll never fall apart. They'll never wear out. They'll just do what they're doing, you know, be tires. But I'd like to get some fresh rubber on it, but, you know, I got other things to deal with. So anyways, I got a little news too. I know I've been talking about we're going to be moving our shop into a new location, the new location down there. Well, what was holding us up was parking. The parking there. There's only, I think, 8 right now as it stands. I think there's like 8 spots, 8 parking spots. Now, for a business that works on automobiles, 8 spots just isn't enough. I mean, you got 6 employees. There's 6 spots right off the bat, so we'd only have, you know, room to put 2 customers' cars. So we had to, the owner Dave had to you know, do whatever you got to do to get the permission from the state of New Hampshire to change the parking. But that all got approved last week, and so it looks like it's official. We're going to be moving. Looks like this is going to be our last month in this shop. He thinks we're going to get everything set up to move in the 1st of December. So this dirty old building, this crusty old building with this roof leaks really bad, real bad. It's not very fun coming into a wet toolbox. So we're going to be leaving this location pretty soon to our own nice building. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the new shop tour. Should probably do an old shop tour before we leave. But I'm not going to do it now because this video is getting kind of long, talking about nonsense and gibberish. You know, Jeeps and Sonnets and stuff. So yeah, looks like we're going to be doing a little work to the Sonnet. Oh, I forgot to mention it. The clutch. The clutch is getting weak in it. It'll pull past and forth, but I kind of knew that was coming. I knew the clutch was coming. I want to pull the motor on that anyways and get some metal work on this front clip that will then be accessible, taken care of. So so we got some good projects coming down the line. We got some work on this Sonnet. We're going to be moving the shop, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can get a nice little filming area in the new shop. But we'll see how it goes, boys. We'll see how it goes. Well, anyways, I've been talking too long. I got to get these brakes done and get the hell out of here. It's a beautiful Sunday. I think I'm going to do a nice drive, do some driving in the old Sonnet, look at some leaf peeping. So, anyways, until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.